Hello, what is going on here? Unmute myself. Okay, sorry. Welcome to Jacki's Whole Food Plant-Based Journey. Here I am. I know it's been a while, although I did post something recently. So just looking at my hair in the video. Oh, well. Okay, so what's going on? I'm so excited because I am doing so many things at the same time. Well, not really excited. I wish I didn't have to do any of this, but once I get going, I feel really good about myself. So I am pressing tofu because I'm going to make a really cool tofu recipe later on. I think I got it from the Colin T. I have to look at my notes, but I got it online. I think it was, what's his name? Colin Campbell, whatever. And I'm pressing tofu. Okay. I am making a smoothie. I've got spinach, frozen fruit, a couple of dates, and some flaxseed. That's it. And almond milk. I'm letting I had a little piece of frozen banana in there, and they get really hard, so I'm letting that defrost before I blend that. So what's happening today? Why do I have the recording going? Oh, also, well, I'll tell you in a minute. I am making something I recently kind of created. I was inspired by a recipe I found in the Plant You cookbook, like a veggie wrap. And I kind of tweaked it to make it my own because there are certain vegetables I can't eat and whatnot. So I have got, so I'm going to be making and I'm going to chop it all up in this beautiful wooden bowl. My nice new chopper. Oh, and I had this out. This came yesterday. The very first rolling pin I've ever owned. So now I can make like a pizza crust, plant-based pizza crust. It's one of the recipes I saw. So I didn't have a rolling pin, and I just got a little one. So it's kind of exciting. First one I ever had. Okay, so usually I just discovered green onions. I think I had a video there to show that I had done that. Never knew what green onions were. I love them. And they're very easy to buy and cut, but I did find them already cut up. So I'm going to use those, and I'm going to put them in. I don't know if I should put all of them in. Yeah, why not? Why not? Ooh, might be very oniony, but onion. And I'm going to add some microgreens. Just found these at the grocery store. But any microgreens will do because they're very healthy. I'm going to use up what I have. Put them all in there. And I've got some spinach. Nice fresh spinach. I always like to smell it. Okay, so the spinach, I think I don't know if I should take off the stems or not. What do you do? Do you take off the stems? So I made this the other day, and I have some zucchini I'm going to cut up also. It usually says cucumber, but I don't really like cucumber. I have a little bit of an allergy to it, but zucchini I can eat. What's this? Brown. Why is there brown on this? Oh, that's a long stem for a spinach. Look at that. I think I'll throw the whole thing out. So what I was going to tell you is, and I also have something on the stove. Can you see? I've got some rice noodles with tamari sauce. That's all it is, rice noodles and tamari sauce. Because I think I'm going to add that to my chopped salad wrap, which I didn't do before. Okay. And then I'm going to put it on. Oh, I've got some pine nuts. After I chop up all the veggies, I'm going to put some pine nuts in there. The original recipe that inspired me had peanuts or any nuts at all. So peanuts would be really good too. But pine nuts are really healthy for you. And then I've got this wonderful day. I love this Dave's bread. Really wonderful. I love it. Tastes so good. So these are buns. I have Dave's buns, and I have Dave's Killer bread. So I'm going to make my sandwiches out of those breads. filled with all this vegetables. And I usually make hummus, but I decided to buy a hummus because I want to put a little bit of hummus on the bread so this all sticks. And then I'll have some lunch for the next couple of days, hopefully. And I think that's it. So I think I will pause the recording, and then I'll get all this going, and I'll come back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, pause, record, and oh, my glasses on. Pause. I meant to tell you, I do that a lot, right? I pause, I'll say I'll be back, and then I come back quicker than I planned. Well, I meant to tell you that. Okay, so I've had this stove quite a while, and I only started using it when I started cooking after the plant-based journey retreat. I might have used it a few times, and so I've been using this a lot. Now I got the cheapest one in the store because I never thought I would ever use, because when I moved into this house, it was an old stove and then it stopped working. So I had to get a new one to replace it, got the cheapest one because I never cooked, didn't need it. Now I do. And I've been using it a lot. And especially the top, for stir frying or boiling water. And every time I use these knobs, I can never figure out, I can never remember which one it is. You think, you use your stove all the time. You would think you would remember, is this the rear or the front? And I always guess, and sometimes I did guess right, sometimes I guess wrong, still, after all this time, several months of doing it. But here's the kicker. I just realized just yesterday, they're labeled. It says rear, front. Anyways, that's me. Okay, so I am going to continue with I'm taking these stems off. I don't remember if I took the stems off last time or not, or if I did some of them, or you really need to. I really need to Google that. Do you take the stems off of the spinach? Okay, so then I also forgot to mention I made the 3-2-1 dressing, and it's delicious on this. Not this label. I just put this in a jar. I made 3-2-1 dressing. What is that? Trying to remember that. 3 tablespoons of balsamic, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, 100% maple syrup. So when I started to make the dressing a couple of days ago, I started backwards. So I'm thinking memory instead of looking at the recipe, right? 3-2-1, 3-2-1. Okay. So I started with the maple syrup, thinking it was the 3, like the balsamic is the 3. So I started with the maple syrup, and after the second, because it's only supposed to be 1 tablespoon, after the second, I said, oh, I might as well double the recipe. So I went 2 maple syrup, 3 Dijon mustard, 4 balsamic, right? So instead of 3-2-1, it was 4-3-2. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to pause. I'll be back. Okay, so I just chopped up a whole bunch of so the spinach, the onions, and the microgreens, and now I cut up the zucchini, and I'm gonna cut them up. I try to cut some up fine. I get lazy, and then I'm gonna chop these up. I'm gonna put these. I don't know. Sometimes I think, and I hope it's just like stupid thinking, but not stupid, but not true. Like sometimes I think when I'm chopping in the wooden bowl, like I'm chopping up the wood and wood's getting into my food, but that hasn't happened yet. But still, I keep feeling that I'm chopping so much. So I'm using this chopper. Now I'm chopping the zucchini. And I just wanted to mention, the reason I do these videos, and I've mentioned this before, is so that I remember what I did. It's really for me, not for anybody else. And documenting my journey. I thought I'd be thinner by now, but no. But I'm still working on it. And I just got to fine tune my food. That's all. And I found that I started slipping in back into my breakfast sandwiches, which if you've been following my journey, you saw I was doing that. And then I stopped, and then I went back. And just having those breakfast sandwiches out, a little bit of flour, oils in that, stuff, all processed food. That's the only thing I was eating pretty much of the other than plant-based whole food type things. And it affected the weight loss, right? I stopped losing weight. So I cut those out again. It's been like 2 weeks. And there's still some things I could probably do, but as long as I'm staying away from oil, dairy, processed foods, white flour, I think we'll be all right. All right, so chopping. Ooh, I'm sick of this shit. I'm ready. So I'm going to keep chopping. I'm going to chop some more because I want it really, really fine, and then I'll come back. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so I made my smoothie, and I won't be drinking all of this. It will last me a little bit, but just take a little sip, and it's very good. So it's spinach, unsweetened almond milk, frozen pineapple, frozen blueberries, a few dates, like 3 dates. And I use that to sweeten it up. I think that's it. Oh, and I did a tablespoon of flaxseed. Okay, let's put that away. The other thing I wanted to let you know, I showed you 2 zucchinis. I only used 1 for this, and it made so much. So remember, I put in some spinach. I still have a lot of spinach left over, so maybe a couple handfuls of spinach, 1 zucchini, medium size, not that big, and chopped green onions. And this is some of it. So, and I put some of those noodles in. We'll see what that is like. So I put a little bit aside because I want to put some dressing in it. So I thought, since it will probably last me a few days, I don't want to put the dressing in yet, in all of it. And so we're going to put the dressing in. Let's shake it up. This is that 3-2-1 dressing, and it only needs a little bit, very little. Don't need a lot. I don't know. Just see what it looks like. And then I'll stir it up, and then I'm going to put my pine nuts in because I like pine nuts. Oop, and they just went all over the floor, which reminds me, so I got some pine nuts in there. Oh my gosh, I don't think I did a video on this, but my food processor, I sometimes, once in a while, it will spurt out. And one day it went everywhere. The whole, my counters, my, what's this called? Splash, backsplash. It was a mess. It just, so I had this food processor here, and it just blurted out while I was blending something. And it was kind of gross. Anyways, the place sent me a new one of these. You know, when I called up, it's still under warranty. It's pretty new, but I haven't switched it out yet because it still works. It's just once in a while it has that. So if anybody has had that issue and knows what's happening, they thought it was a leak, but I don't know. It spurted out, although there was a big puddle underneath here at the end. So I don't know what was going on there. First, I thought it was the frozen bananas. Maybe it was too powerful, but then I did it with dates and some liquid. I don't know. Okay, so let's make a sandwich. Now you can eat this plain. This is delicious plain. Here, I'll take a fork. Let's see. I mean, it's kind of, what time is it? Oh, 10:43. Like, I feel like it's still like morning. I don't really want to eat lunch food, but in the plant-based world, lunch is good for breakfast. So I'm going to taste this. Delicious. Oh, very good. I'm going to take one of these buns, Dave's Killer bread. Oh, whole grains, very good bread. And I'm going to put some on here. Oh, I forgot to put the hummus on. Oh my God. Okay, so what I want to do is I'll put just a little bit of hummus. This might be too much on the bread, just so it like sticks better. I'll just let that one go for now. I like to put a little bit more. Put a lot. It's all vegetables. We want to eat them. We need a lot of vegetables. So now I will, you know what I'll do instead? Let's make 2 of these sandwiches. Since I already did 2 halves. You see? As you see, I already washed that. Try to keep everything clean. So let's use the, grab another bun. And use those for the tops. So I'm going to put a little bit of hummus. And voila. Oh, these look like 2 halves. Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just for me. Okay, so I like to cut them in half. I have a knife here. And that's my delicious lunch. Delicious and nutritious. And hopefully we'll have that for quite a few days. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Till next time.